speak for the Night Mother. The ritual of purification is complete. Well done. Sithis has been appeased, and the time has come to acknowledge and reward your unwavering loyalty. The Black Hand is most pleased with your progress. You have been invited to share in secrets that few within the Dark Brotherhood even know exist. Your life in the Sanctuary is over. Those contracts are behind you. Now, you will serve the Black Hand. You will serve me. From this moment forward, you will walk in the shadows as my silencer. You will receive contracts only from me. Your new life has begun. Hail Sithis indeed, my child. Now listen closely. No longer will you receive your orders directly. Instead, you will visit secret dead drops. Your next contract can be found at the Dead Drop on Hero Hill, southeast of here. A hollow in the moss-covered rock contains all you need to know. When you leave here, we will not speak again unless I deem it necessary. Ah, yes, there is one last thing. I have for you a very special gift. Waiting just outside is a magnificent steed named Shadowmere. She has served me well. I present her now to you as a token of my trust and love. Now go, and may Sithis guide you in this new stage of your life's dark journey. The Black Hand is the Dark Brotherhood's ruling council. That hand consists of 4 speakers and 1 listener, 4 fingers and a thumb, as it were. This you already know. What is not commonly known among our family members is that the Black Hand employs a few additional numbers. As every hand has fingers, does not every finger have a nail, a claw, a talon? Every finger of the hand, every speaker has such a nail. These are the silencers. Each speaker employs his or her own private assassin to extend their reach and strike forth as necessary. My previous silencer perished while fulfilling a contract. That emptiness has now been filled by you. It is an honor without equal. Go now, child of Sithis. Walk in the shadow of fear and bring glory to our dread father.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, Shadowmare was originally owned by Lucian the Turnus. Yeah, hey Shadowmare. Hey girl, it's good to see you again. Yeah. A little darker in Skyrim, but that's okay. Now, how Shadowmare went from being owned by Lucian the Trans to being owned by the champion to being owned by the leader of the Valkyrie Sanctuary in Skyrim, I did not know. And just to let you guys know, yes, the Shadowmare that's in Skyrim is the same Shadowmare that's here in Oblivion, okay? Because Shadowmare is no ordinary horse, okay? She's a magic horse. She's immortal. She doesn't age like most horses do. Even though there's a 200 years age gap between Oblivion and Skyrim, Shadowmare is still alive. even in Skyrim. Now, I actually thought that maybe the Shadow Mirror in Skyrim may be a descendant to the Shadow Mirror in Oblivion. But after doing some research, it turns out it's the same horse. It's just some reason Shadowmare is not an ordinary horse. According to my research, yeah, that's it's not like any other horse. As I explained, Shadowmare is a magic horse. Apparently, Shadowmare is directly connected to the Dread Father, to the Void itself. At least that's what I read. That's how come Shadowmare was able to live as long as she has. As a matter of fact, they don't even know how old Shadowmare actually is. She could have been around long before Lucian the Trance owned her. She could have been passed on from one person to the next. But at the same time, she originally is here in Citadel. How did she end up in Skyrim? Now you do gotta be careful with her. She doesn't take much combat damage in Oblivion, but she does take fall damage. I mean, she can get hurt if she's in combat, but you know what I mean. Most of her damage is fall damage. And unlike in Skyrim, here in Oblivion, she can't heal herself. She has no health regeneration. You have to heal her just like any other horse that you would own in this game. Either by sleeping or by using a healing spell. However, unlike most horses in this game, who if they died, they can't respawn. Even the one that you got at the beginning, that the blades gave to you, that one doesn't respawn, but Shadowmare does. Because he's a special horse. But she won't respawn, she'll respawn back at the fort. So if you wait a while, she'll be back there. At least that's what I read. I could be wrong. I've never had a horse die on me before, so I don't actually know for sure. Because I'm usually careful. But I try to be careful. I try not to get them getting involved in any major fights. Or try to fall down big hills too much. Speaking of big hills, I actually did some research. I was wondering why a horse could easily get up steep hills and steep cliffs, but a human could not without climbing gear and stuff. And it turns out it actually has to do with their hooves. Because of the way their hooves are shaped, they can, like, grow, they can kind of like a gripping thing, where they can grip into the ground, allowing them to climb up the hill. I put the word climb in quotes, but it's not actually climbing. It's just it just kind of like the motion that you would do if you were climbing. It's like a clinging thing. They don't have fingers, of course. They only have one big toe, but you know what I mean. It's just because of the way their hooves are shaped. At least that's what I read. Yeah, so I'm cutting through the wilderness. That's because there's no road that actually leads to the caves, so. And like I said before, I need to stop fast traveling. When I fast travel, it messes up the game. Not funny. I mean, if I fast travel a couple of times, it's fine. But if I fast travel too much, it's like, yeah, nope. Plus, what's the use of having a speedy horse if all you do is fast travel? And I mean speedy. Gee, the Shadowmare is faster than other horses. I mean, look how fast she is. It would have outrun a wolf. And normally it would be up my butt right now. Because I do have to slow down sometimes. Uh, because if I don't, Shadow Man will go down a hill too fast and get injured. That and the game won't be able to keep up with Shadow Man's speed. Oh wow! I killed that zombie in one shot. This is a skeleton guardian, and I killed that. Oh wow! Okay, yep. This bow is definitely a keeper. I was able to kill two creatures that normally take several shots. And one. Oh, go ahead, pause that, read that. I've already read it. But go ahead, read it for yourself. This is important to read. I'm not actually going to read it myself because there's too much here. But pause the video, read them. It is important. I usually give each page at least a minute because not everyone reads at the same pace. So people read slower than others. I am one of them. I usually take my time reading. It's not because I'm slow to read, it's because I like to absorb every word that's been written. So I like to picture what's written in my mind. I'm weird that way. Well, I'm sure I'm not the only one that does, but... Gosh, there's a sense to turn himself into a leech and extend his life indefinitely. It is... The process is not yet complete, however, and the hourglass must remain on his person for some time as it contains his life force. If I could remove the sands from his possession, perhaps through pickpocketing, he would surely die. Okay. I doubt that. I'm not very good at that. I can put stuff in people's pockets, but take stuff from people's pockets? No, I'm not so successful with that.
Nothing to worry about, I guess. Just my eyes playing tricks on me.
Every being above him like this is not a good idea. Not to mention he moves around a lot, it seems. So no picky buckets. I have to take his hourglass too. Because even though I killed him that way, I still have to take the hourglass from him. Because if I don't, he'll come back to life later. At least that's what I read. I don't necessarily have to keep the hourglass. I don't have to. I could actually sell it or discard it or whatever. As long as I get it off his body. I'm stuck. So this is what happens when you run too fast. You get stuck on stuff. I'm stuck. There we go. Jeez. Dude. That stupid rock not only got me stuck, but it glitched me out. Why is there an inn in the middle of nowhere? You don't get much foot traffic around here, do you? Anyway, I'm gonna make my way. I'm gonna go this way and then go up this way. I'll go to my desk so I can drop things off, and then I'll make my way to Coral. See you guys when I get there.